and not just give it away. But this is a game of cricket. You can't let such opportunities slip from you.
Afghanistan slowly but surely coming into the game. They get to the 40th over. No further damage. They can be devastating for Bangladesh, bringing about that disruption that can change the course of the action. Deep square on the boundary. Flips the ball nicely. A conscious effort from the two batters to rotate the strike, take singles. Plenty of spaces available on the onside. Not trying to do anything adventurous. The two batters in the middle. And they don't have to, because there are plenty of spaces in the outfield to work singles and twos.
You know, maybe there was a two on the offer early on, but because of that scare, and I hear Hashmatullah Shahidi talking about the saying it was a little risky, probably, but the ball was still away from the fielder. You know, these small things come into play. Ooh, managing to just get away with that. Well, end of the over, 128 for 5.
Steady in progression with bat in hand, Afghanistan. Flick to the onside in the air. Combination of pace and spin. Trying to find a way to take a wicket. He has been really struggled into this innings. At the beginning for Afghans, losing plenty of wickets up front.
Mistake, boy. Coming here, lads.
Nicely worked to the onside for a single. Another single. Frustration building up for Bangladesh captain.
Well, it's been a kind of a similar kind of a show on both ends. You will have a feeling that there are two on offer, but running between the wickets been a little slow, and after that last scare, being a little more cautious. On the other hand, Bangladesh also a little bit sloppy in the field, maybe a little bit of frustration building because wickets not coming, and this is not good.
If you try to analyze the tonal expression from the wicketkeeper or the fielders around, you just can see their sense of anger. You've got to be careful, Afghanistan. They cannot afford to throw a wicket in form of run out in some other form. Last wicket fell when the score was 7-1. Looking to attack the stumps. At good pace as well, 93 km per hour. Is he thinking about big shot, Nabi? Long on. Deep mid wicket. Deep square. Nicely driven down the ground for a single.
Yeah, don't be too adventurous, Devinder. I don't think it's really a necessity at this stage. Another 5 overs, or maybe 3, another 3-4, and then you can start taking him on.
Communication between Nabi and Hashmat about the nature of the surface and how they should be playing. Getting the inside edge, wants a run. Bit of a hesitation, single to culminate the 32nd over. Afghanistan developing a partnership, progressing along 132 for 5.
Taskin now operating from the pavilion end. His initial spell, of course, from the Sharjah club end. In his 7th over, 2 for 34. You have to say, looking at the scoreboard now with 18 overs remaining and 2 set batters, it's hard to believe Afghanistan were 36 for 4 at one stage. Here are the wickets have gone down. I've got Ramiz Raja alongside me. These are the wickets, in fact, that Taskin has taken up to this point in time.
It's been a fight back from Afghanistan, and a good one, partnership of 61. I haven't seen this pitch to misbehave a lot. It still can be assessed as a good batting surface. And you'll see now Afghanistan increase the tempo, because they want wickets in hand in the last 10 overs of this contest with the batsmen. So you see the likes of Hashmatullah and Nabi and Rashid to unleash their fury and talent.
You'd actually think that 250 is a very realistic possibility if these two batters can stay together, and Rashid still to come. The lights are on now, haven't taken effect really yet. Only about a third of the ground is in shadow at the moment. Contrasting efforts from these two batters. The captain, Hashmatullah, he's striking at the moment at 56 runs per 100 balls, and Nabi, well, he's almost 98 runs per 100 balls, 1 4, 2 6s, and he's been the man who's really injected some urgency into the Afghanistan batting this afternoon.
It's almost like the tale of two halves with Afghanistan batting. It's not the first time we've seen this rearguard action from Nabi. Possibly later when Rashid is out there also, because they allow the youngsters, the big strikers, to really go and play their natural instinctive game. And then if it doesn't work for Afghanistan, then they have this fallback position through Hashmat and Nabi and Rashid. And Nabi is now, I mean, his strike rate is brilliant, but he's also played the situation so cleverly. 36 of 37, he knew that his role was to inject some aggression and make sure that there's a partnership rolling as well. That's down the leg side, given as a wide. Just good game awareness from Nabi, and Hashmatullah is the leader. We feel that he's got calm demeanor to be the leader, and it's been evident the way he's batted in this tough scenario. 42 of 75. But you have to say that Afghanistan clearly missed the trick, because there was this chance of wrapping up this innings if they had been just a little bit more proactive. They allowed this to spread around and allowed Afghanistan to pick up a partnership. And sadly, that's how usually it's done in subcontinent from leadership point of view. They just do the run-of-the-mill stuff as a leader at times. 135 for 5.
Well, I said 250 was realistic. Just over a runner ball gets Afghanistan to that point in time. Rashad Hossain now from the Sharjah club end.
Ball.
Mohammed Nabi, 2 sixes so far. And that takes him to 107 sixes that he's hit in one-day international cricket. That's the most by any Afghanistan batter. He's the only Afghanistan batter, in fact, to have cleared the rope 100 times or more in this format. He's a power hitter. Hashmat trying to join in with the fun and games there.
Here we go, boys.
Talking about those sixes, Nabi's now hit 51 of them in all international cricket on this ground. Most sixes on this ground is Shahid Afridi with 71. Big shout for LBW. Not out, says the umpire. That's Ahmed Shah Durrani at that far end. It's not a big spinner of the ball, Rishad.
I think the impact outside the stumps. His wicket to wicket kind of a spinner, not a big tweaker, but he's pretty accurate.
Hello, Rishad.
Trying the sweep. Where did it hit him? Oh, probably hit his glove, maybe. The impact not outside the stumps.
Excellent.
Otherwise would have been goner.
Well, looking at that last replay, Ramiz, if there wasn't any glove on it, that looked pretty adjacent.
Lovely, Rishu. One mistake, Rishad.
Well, we're assuming that the umpire read it as glove before hitting the pad. Yeah, Shantu also felt that there was some noise.
Come on, lads.
You're better off hitting him down the ground, like Nabi hit him for a couple of sixes over long on, because he's quick through the air, he's pretty tall, and he's accurate wicket to wicket. So your best chance is to hit him through long on or long off, rather than trying that mid-wicket hike.
Gosh, that's terrific cricket by Nabi. Big gap there at mid-wicket. He nudged it into it. The ball barely reached the edge of the 30-yard circle. And he's got 2. Afghanistan at the end of the over, 141 for 5. This partnership now worth 70 in 86 balls, and that's the primary reason for the uptick in the run rate there. The Afghanistan fans, well, they were pretty quiet earlier. They're enjoying themselves now.
I can feel this game is now almost 50-50, because Bangladesh, from a very strong position, have allowed this to meander. Now would have gone on to hit the stumps, not read by the umpire. I don't know whether there was some glove to it or not. Outrage. Well, it doesn't blink.
Smashed, no other word for it. Mohammed Nabi brutalising that ball over mid-wicket. Taskin's gone short again, not for the first time today, and not for the first time he's been punished.
Yeah, not the length to bowl on this surface. Doesn't have any bounce, doesn't have any pace. It's set up so nicely for him to play that powerful ball. What a great shot that is. What a great innings he's playing. 44 of 42 in a very, very precarious situation when the innings was dwindling. He's come in and through this partnership given Afghanistan an outside chance. So in T20, obviously there's a set pattern for teams to follow, and there's not a lot of difference whether it's been captained by an Australian captain or a Zimbabwe captain. But in ODI, leadership does matter because it's a longer format, 50 overs. It's almost like in white ball test cricket. So you've got to make things happen, be proactive. I think Bangladesh from powerful position have allowed this game to once again be in Afghanistan's corner.
Two is the call from Hashmat. We've got to settle for one though. Mustafiza out at deep cover.
And the other great thing about ODI cricket is that it allows teams to make a comeback. It's not a one-dimensional setup where if you fail in the first 5 you're done for the evening if you're playing T20. But in 50 overs there's this great battle that you can see. That's why it's still so watchable. I don't know why people or some part of the media or critics are rooting for its ouster from the circuit. Still gives you so much to view and so much pleasure to view.
So come on then, Ramiz, get your Bangladesh hat on. How on earth do they turn this around?
Well, Mustafiz, get him on again. I think he's been the best bowler. Variation, set of feel at short mid-wicket, short cover, get more fielders in, because there's still hope and chance. If they can uncouple this pair, there's still hope for Bangladesh to maybe restrict Afghanistan under 170.
End of the over, 35 gone, Afghanistan 1, 48 for 5. Last over, a very effective one for Afghanistan in continuing this excellent partnership. Really is a terrific atmosphere here at the Sharjah Stadium. It's a weekday here, and in normal circumstances you wouldn't expect much of a crowd, but I'll tell you what, the Bangladesh fans have turned up in their numbers, and the Afghanistan fans, they're building up and building up. I think we may get even more in this evening. Hashmatullah then on 46. Mahmudullah into the attack, the sixth bowler used, operating from the Sharjah club end, the veteran.
This could be a difficult gig for somebody like him, being fed to a partnership that is rolling.
It's interesting they've gone with Mahmudullah rather than the medium pace of Shamir Shaka. Just have a look at Mohammad Nabi's grip here. Both hands right down the bottom of the bat. how much handle there is above his hands there.
Yeah, I mean, it's an interesting option
Good boy.
because when you've got a grip like that, you're usually very good at playing the pull shot or the flicks away to a square leg. Sachin Tendulkar used to, I remember, have a very low grip as well. I tried my hand once or twice, but I just couldn't get the balance right because you almost became a bottom-handed player with that grip. You tend to lose a little bit of force of your top hand.
Oh, misfield by Taskin, and in fact they'll come back for two. Really good running by Nabi, but not the best out cricket from Bangladesh.
150 comes up for Afghanistan. What a fight back. What a turnaround. Bangladesh need to be a lot more proactive in the field. Got to understand the value of making it tough for Afghanistan. Clearly not happy.
Nabi will keep the strike. 152 for 5. What an amazing turnaround in this match. Afghanistan 35 for 4. That was after they won the toss and decided to bat. It was a tremendous fight back.
Bowling, Rishad. Muka bhaiya, Dui babe wicket, Rishad. Come Rishu. 6 and 7, Rishad. Come on lads, one mistake lads. Bowling, Miraj.
Mushfiq's trying to keep his side G'd up in the field,
Bowling.
but it's an increasingly difficult task at the moment. Plenty of chat from him behind the stumps. Two is the call from Nabi. He'll come back for those two, and that will bring him a 16th one-day international 50 to go with the 200s he's scored. It's his first against Bangladesh in this format, and his third here at the Sharjah Cricket Stadium. What a tremendous innings.
Yeah, you got to admire his presence of mind. He played the situation. 50 of just 52 balls when 5 wickets had gone down. It's a partnership of 83. He's got another 50. It's been a scratch-free 50. It's been so watchable.
Yes, our graphic actually saying 17th 50 in this format. Oh, that's gone straight up in the air. Is it going to land safe? Yes, it is. Well, I'm not convinced that Mahmudullah hurtled in there from long off. He seemed to take it a little bit easy, and that cost him.
I think there's a chance for a mid-on fielder really to track this down, because he was in the ring. And somehow there's confusion. Maybe because of Mushfiq, because he's been chirping behind the stumps. But he was a long way away from the flight of that ball. Had no chance in the end.
I just wonder, Ramiz, and you'll know all about this, whether Mahmudullah hung back when the ball went in the air thinking it was going to get to him, and then all of a sudden he realised it wasn't, and he had to come in, and he was too late.
Yes, I mean, you've got to really target it aggressively, and you're right, because it was always going to be difficult for him to get underneath that ball. So there's a chance of a mid-on fielder really to get across. But for that to happen, they needed to call early. 37 overs done, 5 down for 157.
This pair came together when Gulbadin Naib was out with the score at 71.
It's been so good, this batting from Nabi. Couple of sixes over long on. And he's very, very good against the left arm angle of Mustafiz, because Mustafiz was a real threat. And in between we saw a lot of good shots, very good singles, and the idea was to build partnership, and through this partnership Afghanistan are now building pressure.
Yes, and Bangladesh in the field aren't necessarily responding all that well. Here's Nabi's wagon wheel, always strong over long on, deep mid-wicket. The legacy of that grip of the bat that we were highlighting a little earlier. Mahmudullah, who's retired from 2020 internationals. He did that after the India series last month. He's also retired from Test cricket, so just playing this format now for Bangladesh, ahead of course, the Champions Trophy in Pakistan next February. Edged, and it'll go down to the boundary for 4. Luck running with Nabi and Afghanistan at the moment. Fortune favours the brave.
Yeah, it was a wider angle from Mahmudullah as well, not targeting the stumps, so an easy shot in the end because it was extension of arms from Nabi. There you see, firing it away from the stumps, and an edge, and 4.
Just looking at that replay, Ramiz, don't think that was an orthodox off spinner, was it?
Yeah, it appeared like a leggy mixed with a bit of offie. $164 for 5.
Really good partnership, a few moments of fortune, without doubt, particularly for Mohammad Nabi, but he's somewhat riding his luck to play ever so well. Afghanistan's greatest servant, one of the world's great all-rounders, and showing his true worth yet again here. Oy Shah has joined me. I know he's had those few moments, the LBW that could have been given, and a chance that could have gone to hand to Mahmudullah, got nothing on it, but he's playing ever so well. He certainly is. If you look at it, 71 for 5 down. And when he's walked to the wicket, took a few chances and really announced himself with a couple of sixes over wide mid-on against the leg spin of Rashad, and since then really hasn't looked back. And now the run rate is operating at just over 4.3 and over. Just shows you the quality of the player, his experience and his partnership. Beautifully poised, 7 shy of 100. Afghanistan will be looking at these two to take them right down to the end. And if Nabi's there in the last 3 or 4 overs, let me tell you, you're going to see some fireworks.
And don't forget Rashid Khan still to come. He's almost getting a bit of pad rash there, watching on this partnership.
Yeah, I don't think Rashid would mind that. I think he would like this partnership to go deep into the back end of the innings, which allows him to come in and play a little cameo. A cameo perhaps in the last 6 overs, which suits him nicely. And what that means is one of these two are there in the say the 44th over. It gives Rashid Khan the freedom to come in and really light up Sharda's cricket stadium.
There is such a good atmosphere right there as well. 2 incredibly passionate fan bases. Afghanistan the hosts, and a huge Bangladeshi contingent here. I use that phrase, padrash. I used to bat number 3, number 4, sometimes number 5, number 6. Was there an occasion you remember where you had them on for 20, 30, 40 overs or more?
Not in a one-day game, no. Yeah, perhaps in a longer format of the game, yes. At times, watching someone put on a first wicket partnership, yeah, and I did not mind that, because what that meant was when I would get an opportunity, the ball will be rather old. So I did not mind that, but now in one-day cricket, I was in there relatively early.
That's going to be 50 for Hashmatullah Shahidi. It's been a critical innings from the captain. It's his 22nd in this format. He'll have to play really well to double it up and make it his first one-day international century. Nabi's taken the aggressive role in this partnership, but the captain's role has been just as vital. They put on 95 together. They have Afghanistan into a good platform to get up to 230, 240, if not more than that.
A real captain's knock, that. Only operating at 57.5 strike rate, but I tell you what, he really held the innings together and was probably just waiting for someone to come in and support him. Meanwhile, Nabi has helped himself to yet another boundary as Afghanistan move on to 170 for 5 at the end of the 39th over.
Well, it's been a fine rearguard, hasn't it, from Afghanistan, and no surprise it's the captain and the former captain, the iconic Mohammad Nabi, joining the current captain Hashmatullah Shahidi. They put on 99 runs. It's come at good time off 116. Maybe Shahidi's second slowest ODI 50 in his career, but it's a horses for courses situation, isn't it? His country needed this innings, and this was the moment that he got to 50. Big celebration too, up to the heavens, and some thanksgiving. He's really enjoying the leadership role.
Yeah, if you cast your mind back to the World Cup, the 50 over World Cup that was in India, he played similar role in the middle order for Afghanistan. He was captain then, and he's a kind of player who sort of holds it together. He's not in a rush compared to some of the other Afghanistani batsmen tend to try and play their shots, but this man is quite happy occupying the crease. A little bit of an old-fashioned 50 over cricket where he's happy just to get stuck in
and then allow the other players to come in and bat around him. And tell you what, he could be in a bit of bother here. We have indeed been sent upstairs for an umpire review for runouts.
Umpire review for run out at the striker's end. Your best angle for run out, please. Yeah, keep rolling, nice and slow, nice and slow, nice and slow. Yeah, one more frame. Because I just want to confirm whether bail's completely removed from the top of the stumps or not. Can I have split screen for this, please? Yes, please. Yeah, with zoomer, please. Yes, thank you. Keep rolling, nice and slow. Still bails intact, still bails on the groove. Yeah, one frame more. Yeah, now frame back. Yeah, one frame more. 1 minute. Yep. Yeah, it's satisfied my decision for big screen.
Well, by the very barest of margins. Remember, the bail, one of the two bails at least, must be removed and dislodged from its groove, and it wasn't. Brilliant work by our third umpire, Hassan Raza, to spot that, particularly with the split screen evidence to help. The Shahidi got back just by those very barest of margins. It's a surreal passage of play, wasn't it? Because Shahidi felt it was a simple single. Cover fielder got the boot out, got the throw in. Direct hit definitely would have been gone. Mushrikar with the bails off quickly, but not quite quick enough. Doesn't come much closer than this, does it? Have a look. Nabi goes nowhere. Shahidi just almost a little bit lazy in the turn, lucky to survive.
A little bit guilty there, ball watching Nabi rather than watch his partner. But as it's turned out, he's got back and he's still amongst it with the partnership.
Yeah, it was Rishad Hussain, wasn't it, with the throw. He actually just got the boot out. It was almost a lazy piece of fielding, but nearly created the partnership breaker. Instead, the 100 partnerships being brought up. There's still the third power play to come, and that's where the acceleration will come, the slog overs, if you will. Oh, ace 5 fielders allowed out in the deep, but with 2 set batters, Rashid Khan, and then the youngster Gazanfer, who's known in and around this Afghan squad as hitting a big, big ball. Afghanistan might be thinking of 250 plus.
Well, yeah, it's tailor-made for Rashid Khan to come in and really light up the stadium. However, these two have got to be careful not to throw their wickets away. Try and take it as deep as you can. See what the tactics will be at the end of this over, because that means there's 60 balls left after this. And if they are going to try and get anywhere in excess of 250, they will really have to try and get that run rate up around 5.5 and over.
Real chance to do it. They get 8 and over or more, they'll get there in the last 10. Power play 2 is done. It's 174 for 5. So here we go, into the third and final power play. This is where the captain of Bangladesh, Nazmul Hussain Shanto, has the benefit of 5 fielders in the deep, and he's going to use all 5 immediately. He's also going to go back to pace. Mustafizer has 3 left. have used the 6 bowlers, so do have some flexibility. And immediately Nabi says time to go. He's had a few moments of fortune like that, hasn't he? Somewhat riding his luck, but playing brilliantly.
Yes, he has, and I think this will be an interesting contest as the partnership is of 104 of just 123 deliveries. Nabi 66 of just better than runner ball. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting contest. Why? Because Mustafizur's got all the tricks, got the cutters, got the slow balls. He's got a decent Yorker against the experience of Nabi, who we all know can hit the ball to all parts of a cricket ground.
Chopped on. Always action in the third power play. And the Fizz, he's got 4. Shahidi was nearly run out in the previous over. This time he's looking at guide one to deep third. All he can do is help it onto his own stumps.
What I mentioned is tailor-made for Rashid Khan. Meanwhile, Hashmatullah can be very proud of this innings. He's carried his team from 71 for 5, where they were struggling to even make perhaps 150 at that time, as who had to be sent back to the stadium as Rashid Khan walks out. That's the end of Shahidi for 52. Afghanistan 175 for 6.
Well, the crowd are reaching fever pitch here. The Afghan fans are screaming for their idol, this man, Rashid Khan, the global superstar that he is. And the Bangladesh fans are echoing around this historic stadium with chants of Bangladesh, Bangladesh. Look at the strike rate, career over 100, averaging nearly 20. Maybe in an over or 2 too early for Afghanistan's liking. Beautiful scenes in Sharjah. He's immediately into his work. Plays so positively, does Rashid Khan. He won't take on the third. Good way to get off the mark, Oasia.
Yeah, it looks a good touch. Well, that's one way of announcing yourself. Let's have another look at that wicket. Little drag on. He knows it. It was just a half-hearted shot, wasn't it? Didn't quite manage to open the face of the bat to guide it down to third man. And of course, that little ball nipping back into the left-hander cramped him up. And that was the end of Hashmatullah. Meanwhile, like you mentioned, Rashid Khan has really announced himself with that little punch through the offside for 2.
Again, immediately flies into action with the pair of doubles. It looked a tired shot from Shahidi for me. You have to remember, he's been out there a long time, came to the crease in the 8th over. And the oppressive heat out there certainly paying its toll, even on someone as fit as Shahidi. Khan is going to add some real impetus here, particularly with his running.
Yeah, he will. Just look at him, he's a real superstar. But what I love about it is his attitude. Runs the first one hard and makes that second one. Well, he really is a class act, a real leader of men.
Probably the dream pairing in many ways for Afghanistan to have in now. You think about these final 9 overs, it could go an awfully long way to dictating the fate of this first ODI in the series.
Well, yeah, for sure it does, and we talk a lot about momentum in sport. Both teams will be aware if they can win that first one-day international. Really does help build momentum towards the rest of the series.
Look it over from the Fizz. He's got 4. He'll be thinking of a 5-wicket haul. 41 bowled, 179 for 6. He's prolific, isn't he, in one-day international cricket, Mustafizer. It's an 11th time he's taken 4 wickets or more in one-day internationals. As Miraz will come in for his 10th and final over. He's been very economical. Are Rashid and Nabi just going to see him off here, or will we see some fireworks from Rashid Khan early in his knock?
Well, for me, it makes sense to see him off. I don't think spin is that easy to hit on this pitch because sort of the ball sits in. And what also Rashid Khan will realise, he is probably the last of the recognised all-rounders in the lineup, and it will probably make sense for him and Nabi to take the game deep and perhaps start the onslaught with 6 overs to go.
Just a bit of natural variation there. Was the off-break, but just skids on. Clearly a sign that Rashid Khan agrees with you. He thinks pace on the ball is what they should target. There is the possibility of going with a bit more of Mahmudullah maybe, or going back to the leg spinner, but Mohammad Nabi's taken a real liking. Rashid Khan takes him on, gets a good piece of it, and will get 4. Dances down the track. Innovation at its best from Rashid Khan.
Well, Rashid Khan said, enough of the dot balls, I think I'm going to get amongst it. So be it, he's bowled beautifully today, Miraz. However, gives himself a little bit of room at that time and opens up the offside.
The ability to hit 360 degrees, almost A.B. de Villiers-esque. I know that at a slightly different level, possibly, but such a dangerous player. Late in T20s and late in ODIs. Great use of the feet. Able to get it inside out over extra for a boundary. That'll close out Miraz's spell. He'll finish with 10 overs, 1 for 30. It's 185 for 6. It's a Firebird production, this, for the Afghanistan Cricket Board, as we've seen throughout the year, those historic series against South Africa. So really enjoyed the Tour of Ireland earlier in the year. It was a multi-format tour, Ireland winning the test match, but Afghanistan coming back in a big way in the white ball games. Quite incredible 12 months, haven't they, between the ODI World Cup, where they so nearly got to the semi-finals, the T20 World Cup, where they did get to the semi-final, and then plenty of fine bilateral performances too. These are halcyon days for Afghan cricket.
Yeah, they certainly are. They're real impressive way of, since they've been introduced to international cricket, the way they have improved, it's been remarkable. They have, like you mentioned, made the semi-finals in the World Cups, and not too long ago turned the mighty South Africa over at this very stadium. Great bit of running there from Rashid Khan again, comes back for 2. And just ever so slightly, there's an increase in the run rate since his arrival.
And if you think about what these two sides have in this format to look forward to, that Champions Trophy coming up in Pakistan, it's a return for the Champions Trophy after an 8-year gap. Since it's been an 8-team event since 2009, Bangladesh have only got to that tournament once. They actually got to the semi-finals in the last edition in 2017. But for Afghanistan, it will be a debut in the Champions Trophy. And if you think about that being the kind of the elite of the elite, there's 20 ODI teams in the world, only 8 in that Champions Trophy. It shows just how good they are and just how well they've been playing.
There you go. The road to ICC Champions Trophy. Really is remarkable how well Afghanistan has done. And to tell you what, it wouldn't surprise me if they get to the final this time. Go one better.
Hooked and straight to the man. Mustafizer's been in the wickets. This time he takes the catch. And it's off his left arm partner. Almost trying to play some kind of a tennis stroke from above his head, Rashid Khan. But Shariful gets the short ball in and gets the big breakthrough.
A huge wicket in the context of this innings. Banged in, Rashid Khan trying to swat it almost. Well, all he's managed to do is give Mustafiza a rather simple catch. And Shariful, his first wicket of the game. Khan departs for 10. Afghanistan 189 for 7.
Well, an interesting little tactical shuffle here from Afghanistan. Originally, we had Gazanfar listed at number 9 on our order, but he's a very aggressive hitter. So they're going to send in the more defensive Angelia Karote, probably just to try and bat for 3 or 4 overs, get Mohammad Nabi on strike, and then Gazanfar can provide some fireworks right at the end. Here's the dismissal, almost like a tennis forehand, wasn't it? Never freed the arms, paid the price.
Yeah, exactly that. It was way too high. And Rashid Khan was trying his best to keep it down, like you mentioned. Did a bit of a tennis forehand. Unfortunately, not easy to control the ball when it's that high. As that's the end of the 8th over for Shariful. Afghanistan 189 for 7.
Wow, just at the very right time, Bangladesh take yet another wicket. Maybe to the disappointment of the fans. Doesn't matter if they are Bangladesh fans or Afghanistan fans, they will have wanted some firework from Rashid Khan. Rashad into his 8th over. He's been wicketless. The call is for 2 straight away. They will keep it to only 1.
হ্যালো আসসালামু আলাইকুম বাংলাদেশি ভাই এবং প্রবাসী ভাইরা যে যেখানেই থাকুন না কেন আমাদের 9 উইকেট সাইডটি পৃথিবীর সব জায়গা থেকে খেলতে পারবেন এখানে আপনারা ক্রিকেটের ব্যাটিং ধরতে পারবেন এবং আপনারা এখানে ডিপোজিট এবং উইথড্র মাত্র 2 মিনিটে ক্লিয়ার পাবেন সুতরাং বিস্তারিত জানতে এবং বেট অ্যাকাউন্ট করতে আপনারা আমাদের স্ক্রিনে দেওয়া নাম্বার, হোয়াটসঅ্যাপ নাম্বার এবং পিন কমেন্টে দেওয়া হোয়াটসঅ্যাপ নাম্বারে যোগাযোগ করুন।
Because for an over, otherwise should be not a difficult task for Bangladesh if they get to 200, that is. But I feel that Bangladesh have allowed an opportunity to slip away, 4 down for nothing, to allow Afghanistan to get to 200.
Yeah, a couple of partnership, particularly the one between Mohammad Nabi and Hashmatullah Shahidi, both completing a 50. A bit of an unlucky dismissal. Nangyal Harote will always be on the run. He will not stay at the wicket. Just keep an eye on him. Watching him in the Shpagiza Cricket League, he alongside Siddiqullah Pacha were on fire. Quick run. Talk about the batting skills, it's also the running between the wicket that can put pressure on the fielders and on the bowler.
It's the energy from Afghanistan, the inspired performers. I mentioned earlier, it's a great dugout to engage some of the young talent. Afghanistan played the semi-final of the World Cup in tough territory. They have the temperament, the skill and the talent really to beat the best in the business.
Well, absolutely, and important thing is how they bond as a team together, and how it is for everyone wanting for the other to perform and even outperform the other. Goes for a heave, but that'll only be to 1 to keep the strike. Mohammad Nabi, after 44, Afghanistan are 194 for 7. Six in an over can take them to 230, and anything beyond 230 will be what Afghanistan should be eyeing from here. Mohammad Nabi holds the key. If Afghanistan have to score anything above 230.
Such a well-crafted innings. Nabi 75 or 74. Innings was almost in a tailspin, and he came to the crease and allowed a bit of calmness and common sense to take over. He's got 2 ODI hundreds to his credit. Once batting at 3, once batting at 6. In fact, 7. This goes on to show his skill as an all-rounder. Solid temperament.
হ্যালো, আসসালামু আলাইকুম বাংলাদেশি ভাই এবং প্রবাসী ভাইয়েরা, যে যেখানেই থাকুন না কেন, আমাদের 9 উইকেট সাইটটি পৃথিবীর সব জায়গা থেকে খেলতে পারবেন। এখানে আপনারা ক্রিকেটের ব্যাটিং ধরতে পারবেন এবং আপনারা এখানে ডিপোজিট এবং উইথড্র মাত্র 2 মিনিটেই ক্লিয়ার পাবেন। সুতরাং বিস্তারিত জানতে এবং বেট অ্যাকাউন্ট করতে আপনারা আমাদের স্ক্রিনে দেওয়া নাম্বার, হোয়াটসঅ্যাপ নাম্বার এবং পিন কমেন্টে দেওয়া হোয়াটসঅ্যাপ নাম্বারে যোগাযোগ করুন।
Sometimes it is, you gotta wake the person up, shake him up. Bro, listen to me. You'll get your chance. He's not bad with the bat, Nangyal Kharote. I like for the fact Mohammad Nabi walks over to him and talks to him. He was making his international debut against Ireland and he was hit for a 6. He's a good bowler as well, left arm orthodox. Nabi went up to him and said, listen, I was hit for a 6 in my first match in IPL as well. Take it easy. And he really performed nicely in that game. With the ball in hand, though, this time around, expectations are that he should perform with the bat because he seems to be the final hopes for Afghanistan. Looking at how you look at the roles of batters that should perform at this stage. Alam Mohammad Ghazanfar can hit a few, but then you really want for Muhammad Nabi and Nangyal Kharoja to take it as deep as they can from here. Probably spread out field, knowing that Nabi will want to open his arms. Everyone on the boundary. Plays this nicely. For all the effort put into this, that'll only be a single.
He's played that shot extremely well, the pull shot. But Korote needs to do is to make sure that Nabi feels a little bit confident at the non-striker's end. You don't want helter-skelter at this stage. It's got to be a straightforward device plan for Korote. Make sure that you don't get out, get a run. If not, then allow Nabi to hog the limelight. Give him maximum strike.
Well, he's offered Nabi the strike not to score a run with the last ball of the over. It's 197 for 7. But the last 5 overs are that the Bangladesh have made a comeback. The 2 wickets have really haunted the cause of Afghanistan, trying to score past 250. These 30 balls, they're going to be the decisive factor in telling how Afghanistan go about this.
He is very good through that area of long on square leg. Strong bottom hand grip, and so he's played the pull shots, he's worked the singles. It really has been a very, very entertaining, crafty and situation rate innings.
হ্যালো আসসালামু আলাইকুম বাংলাদেশি ভাই এবং প্রবাসী ভাইয়েরা যে যেখানেই থাকুন না কেন আমাদের 9 উইকেট সাইডটি পৃথিবীর সব জায়গা থেকে খেলতে পারবেন এখানে আপনারা ক্রিকেটের ব্যাটিং ধরতে পারবেন এবং আপনারা এখানে ডিপোজিট এবং উইথড্র মাত্র 2 মিনিটেই ক্লিয়ার পাবেন সুতরাং বিস্তারিত জানতে এবং বেট অ্যাকাউন্ট করতে আপনারা আমাদের স্ক্রিনে দেওয়া নাম্বার হোয়াটসঅ্যাপ নাম্বার এবং পিন কমেন্টে দেওয়া হোয়াটসঅ্যাপ নম্বরে যোগাযোগ করুন
30% coming from that long on and cow corner region.
And add ingredient of temperament to that wagon wheel, and so you get a great innings from Nabi. He's trying to hit the ball a little too hard. We understand he's young, he wants to get cracking, but at this stage it's about doing the basics well. Rotate the strike, give it back to Nabi. He's been out there for a very long time, he's eyeing them well, so let him be the aggressor right now.
Yeah, and it's exactly what Nabi's been telling him, watch the ball. Probably seeing him playing with the hard hands. It's important that you do not frustrate your partner. Sometimes you can play a hand in getting the partner out. It's interesting, a lot of things should be playing in your mind as a batter. If you are Nangyal Kharota, you look at the scoreboard, you see 9 deliveries, you've only scored 1 run, and worst of it, if it is you get your partner out or you get out.
Right now it's about partnership, it's about exposing the strike to Nabi, and so holding your end. Don't worry about 4s and 6s, because if you're not able to hit the 4s and 6s, then you got to make sure that at least there is rotation of strike.
Yeah, you hear Muhammad Nabi talking to him again, picking that from the mic. Stump mic, courtesy to this technology, bring you so many things. Get to see the different depths in the game. Telling him lagra khasha, meaning get a little better. You can see the ball. and probably just showing him that he trusts in him. I've seen Muhammad Nabi bringing the best out of the others. Partnership alongside Azmatullah Omarzai, more than 200 runs in Sri Lanka, where Nabi and Azmat both scored 100. And on so many other occasions, Najibullah Zadran, one that comes to my mind. The fielders are in the circle and they're not giving him anything, Nangyal Kharote. 4 dots on the trot.
The last 20-odd balls are going to determine the fate of this game. This innings, this game is on a knife's edge right now. Let's not forget the value of another 20, 25, 30 for Afghanistan. So his role has got to be to make sure that there is rotation of strike. And once again, I'll be repeating myself, leave it to Nabi for those big shots.
Wow, finally a good shot. They want the second. Nangyal will want it, but Nabi denies it. So he will keep the strike. 200 up for Afghanistan. 4 overs game left. Afghanistan are 200 for 7.
হ্যালো আসসালামু আলাইকুম বাংলাদেশি ভাই এবং প্রবাসী ভাইয়েরা যে যেখানেই থাকুন না কেন আমাদের 9 উইকেট সাইডটি পৃথিবীর সব জায়গা থেকে খেলতে পারবেন এখানে আপনারা ক্রিকেটের ব্যাটিং ধরতে পারবেন এবং আপনারা এখানে ডিপোজিট এবং উইথড্র মাত্র 2 মিনিটে ক্লিয়ার পাবেন সুতরাং বিস্তারিত জানতে এবং বেট অ্যাকাউন্ট করতে আপনারা আমাদের স্ক্রিনে দেওয়া নাম্বার হোয়াটসঅ্যাপ নাম্বার এবং পিন কমেন্টে দেওয়া হোয়াটসঅ্যাপ নম্বরে যোগাযোগ করুন
Well, it's against the best in the business today, Mustafizur. How beautifully is he bowled today. They're rushing for the second and Nangyal Kharote will beat it. He's very quick between the wicket. Talk about his batting skills, that is one thing. He's a good batter, I tell you, a little bit of pressure. But running between the wickets, God, he is really fast. Just look at him. The energy. It's only about that energy need to come out onto the bat in the hands. Hit a few big ones. He did that in the Shpagiza Cricket League. He used to come and bat at number 6 and 7 for Bande Amir Dragons. They played final under Hashmatullah Shahidi. Soft hands. The wicket keepers after it and they're running for it again. Nangyal Kharote on the danger end, but the wayward throw, which has been the story, right? On this day in this innings, unfortunately, Bangladesh have missed a few opportunities with the wayward throws.
Well, he may have been scrappy with the bat, but nothing scrappy regarding this running between the wickets. Look at him go. Had to get around Mustafizur, and in the end, he was there with time to spare.
Have you seen, have you ever seen with the batter running in and the bowler coming in their way, pick him up alongside and say, let's go and complete the run. Now this will ease the nerves because he's got 4 runs in the first 2 deliveries. Slower one, the cutter from Fizz, nicely negotiated. So 5 runs coming off the first 3 deliveries.
Mustafizur bowled splendidly well, and you've got to admire his art because he bowls in the power play, he bowls in the middle phase of the innings, and now he's been asked to come and do the job at the end of the innings. The cutter there, no pace on the ball, just the ideal ball to bowl on a surface like this. There are 3-4 parts to his bowling repertoire. That's why it's so impressive.
Oh, that is high in the air. Will this clear the boundary? Yes, it does. Muhammad Nabi breaks the shackles and hits this nicely into his favorite region today for a maximum.
Yeah, he read it brilliantly. I think this slow ball was always on the cards. The off-cutter being attempted, it sat up very nicely, almost like a top spinner, and went over mid-wicket for a gigantic 6. What a knock he's playing, 83 now.
Good batting. Hit in a 6 and didn't take in a single. Textbook cricket, isn't it? In the modern cricket, they say if you hit one, hit the second as well.
Well, he could have done that, but I think the larger target is to get runs for Afghanistan. So if they can get to a 230, 240 score, it'll be very, very competitive.
হ্যালো আসসালামু আলাইকুম বাংলাদেশি ভাই এবং প্রবাসী ভাইরা যে যেখানেই থাকুন না কেন আমাদের 9 উইকেট সাইডটি পৃথিবীর সব জায়গা থেকে খেলতে পারবেন এখানে আপনারা ক্রিকেটের ব্যাটিং ধরতে পারবেন এবং আপনারা এখানে ডিপোজিট এবং উইথড্র মাত্র 2 মিনিটে ক্লিয়ার পাবেন সুতরাং বিস্তারিত জানতে এবং বেট অ্যাকাউন্ট করতে আপনারা আমাদের স্ক্রিনে দেওয়া নাম্বার হোয়াটসঅ্যাপ নাম্বার এবং পিন কমেন্টে দেওয়া হোয়াটসঅ্যাপ নাম্বারে যোগাযোগ করুন
Well, 13 runs coming from Mustafiz's over, meaning that that was the most expensive over of the innings. What a time to get that. And what a shot this is from Nangyal Kharote. Slices this beautifully away from the fielder for a boundary. Welcome boundary for Nangyal Kharote.
Used the pace of the skin so well, and it was hit so hard. Fast hands through the ball, creating a little bit of width himself, staying inside the line, clearing the front leg and hitting it ever so smartly and sweetly. Finally finding his range, Kharote. And Taskin seems to be hit quite hard. This is his last over, 2 for 51.
Yeah, he's been a little expensive, but remember, he was the one who gave the first breakthrough, took the wicket of dangerous Rahmanullah Gurbaz, and then of Gulbadin Naib, another hard hitter. Unfortunately, he's been a little bit expensive today. Into his 10th over, already 52 runs, a little bit uncharacteristic of Taskin Ahmed. He's got good slow ball as well. It's very deceptive. He bowls it with the same action. It's very hard to pick when he bowls him. Another 4 deliveries left. Can Muhammad Nabi hit another one, or will he show him the respect knowing that already 1 boundary's been hit in this over? And let's wait for another 12 balls that's still left after the over.
Is there a term like double wide? Because that was one.
Yeah, there are different ways of how we say it, but let's look at how he got the 2 wickets. First of Rahmanullah Gurbaz, and then a soft dismissal maybe. Gulbadin Naib getting a little too carried away. He's already hit a boundary in that over. And then trying another one straight into the hands. Yeah, there are different ways of how we define this in our own language. Sure, people watching will have certain terminologies. Wouldn't mind for them just feeding us in with that. What you call those big wides. Oh, this is high in the air. This might be the wicket number 3, and that too of Muhammad Nabi. Taskin Ahmed is given runs, but the experience of Taskin Ahmed takes the crucial wicket of Muhammad Nabi Isa Khail.
Well, let's appreciate the great innings that Nabi has played. Obviously, it was well bowled by Taskin. Probably a slow bouncer. Didn't have any timing on that one, even though he's been punishing that length so regularly, so nicely. Got the top edge and landed safely into the hands. So a very timely blow, because Nabi was looking to run away with this innings. With a powerful innings.
হ্যালো আসসালামু আলাইকুম বাংলাদেশি ভাই এবং প্রবাসী ভাইরা যে যেখানেই থাকুন না কেন আমাদের 9 উইকেট সাইডটি পৃথিবীর সব জায়গা থেকে খেলতে পারবেন। এখানে আপনারা ক্রিকেটের ব্যাটিং ধরতে পারবেন এবং আপনারা এখানে ডিপোজিট এবং উইথড্র মাত্র 2 মিনিটে ক্লিয়ার পাবেন। সুতরাং বিস্তারিত জানতে এবং বেট অ্যাকাউন্ট করতে আপনারা আমাদের স্ক্রিনে দেওয়া নাম্বার, হোয়াটসঅ্যাপ নাম্বার এবং পিন কমেন্টে দেওয়া হোয়াটসঅ্যাপ নাম্বারে যোগাযোগ করুন।
Well, that has been a crucial breakthrough. Not the one Afghanistan and not the one Mohammad Nabi wanted. Deserved 100, I must say. The way he constructed his inning and how beautifully he scored at the strike rate of above 100, where all the other batters were scoring at under 100 strike rate. Ada Mohammad Ghazanfar comes into bat at number 9. And he's been sent back straight away. A quicker, a fuller from Taskin Ahmed means thank you very much, go back.
Well, a tremendous strike, a Yorker. And what an over it's turning out to be in the end. He was hit for a 4, single, a wide, couple of blows now, straight as an arrow. Thank you very much for coming. He's gone. And so it's 219 for 9 now.
The crowd is loving it. The scheme is on hat-trick. Can he get it? No, he will not. Response, Fasalak Farooqi. Remember, he's got a hat-trick against Sri Lanka in Dambulla back in 2017. This time around, what a brilliant comeback this has been from Taskin Ahmed. First the wicket of Mohammad Nabi, and then, thank you very much, Allah Mohammad Ghazanfar couldn't do anything about it. He was expecting a little shorter length, maybe a good length. Seam up and rattle the stumps. Yeah, loud appeal and it's given. Taskin Ahmed finishes it off for Bangladesh in style. They will take a review for sure. But umpire has given it out. So what an over this has been for Bangladesh. We talked about the importance of runs as
I have checked the feed.
Afghanistan
It's a fair
left
delivery
12
front on,
deliveries.
please. Alan, can you hear me? Review for LBW. Original decision is out. I have checked the feed. It's a fair delivery.
হ্যালো, আসসালামু আলাইকুম বাংলাদেশি ভাই এবং প্রবাসী ভাইয়েরা, যে যেখানেই থাকুন না কেন, আমাদের 9 উইকেট সাইডটি পৃথিবীর সব জায়গা থেকে খেলতে পারবেন। এখানে আপনারা ক্রিকেটের ব্যাটিং ধরতে পারবেন এবং আপনারা এখানে ডিপোজিট এবং উইথড্র মাত্র 2 মিনিটে ক্লিয়ার পাবেন। সুতরাং বিস্তারিত জানতে এবং বেট অ্যাকাউন্ট করতে আপনারা আমাদের স্ক্রিনে দেওয়া নাম্বার, হোয়াটসঅ্যাপ নাম্বার এবং পিন কমেন্টে দেওয়া হোয়াটসঅ্যাপ নাম্বারে যোগাযোগ করুন।
Satisfied, no bat involved. Go for ball tracking when ready, please. Original decision out. Pitching outside out. Impact in line. Wickets missing. Ahmed, change your original out decision. Stand by. I'll let you know when you are on screen. You are on screen. Make a signal, please.
Well, it is missing. Ahmad Chaudhurani will have to reverse his decision, but what an over this has been End of the 10 over of Taskeen, finishing for 4 for 53. Afghanistan 219 for 9. Different times. At one stage we were talking about Nangyal Kharote to be off strike, and now we will want for him to be on strike. Oh, what a shot that is! Beautiful, maximum into the crowd. Nangyal Kharote, you little beauty. I'll take the cue from you, Ramiz. You always say that, and how much we've enjoyed listening to that. What a shot!
Absolutely nailed the cutter. Absolutely straight. A big 6. And against the run of play, Kharote has played a brilliant shot. He was going nowhere. He was only interested in running. This time it was a big heave down the ground. Oh, it's a quicker ball. I think that's a better ploy from Mustafizur. Pace off is going to help Kharote because he wants to clear the front leg and hit him down the ground, mid-on. Sorry, there's mid-off, so nobody at long off. That's a fair target. This one came back strongly. Seam-up ball.
Yeah, I mean, you want to keep the fielder inside the circle, to inside the batter, to go for the shot, get one wrong, slower ball, misread it, and then hand it right into the hand of the fielder inside the circle. But Nangyal Kharote was up for the task. I remember the Afghanistan domestic cricket director, Nazim Jar Abdul Rahim Zai, posting about Nangyal Kharote and saying, listen, he's good with the ball, he's a good fielder, but he's a good batter as well. And now all hopes on Nangyal Kharote. Can he get Afghanistan past 230? Remember, certain things are like psychological factors in cricket. 230 might just look a little happier on the look versus less than 230. So Bangladesh, after the 40th over, having among wickets, 4 wickets coming into the last power play. Yeah, cut nicely and gets this for 4. What a shot. 10 runs off the first 4 deliveries.
হ্যালো, আসসালামু আলাইকুম বাংলাদেশি ভাই এবং প্রবাসী ভাইরা, যে যেখানেই থাকুন না কেন, আমাদের 9 উইকেট সাইডটি পৃথিবীর সব জায়গা থেকে খেলতে পারবেন। এখানে আপনারা ক্রিকেটের ব্যাটিং ধরতে পারবেন এবং আপনারা এখানে ডিপোজিট এবং উইথড্র মাত্র 2 মিনিটেই ক্লিয়ার পাবেন। সুতরাং বিস্তারিত জানতে এবং বেট অ্যাকাউন্ট করতে আপনারা আমাদের স্ক্রিনে দেওয়া নাম্বার, হোয়াটসঅ্যাপ নাম্বার এবং পিন কমেন্টে দেওয়া হোয়াটসঅ্যাপ নাম্বারে যোগাযোগ করুন।
Mustafizur, Taskeen, both with 4 wickets. So the only fast bowlers to picked up 4 wickets outside Bangladesh in the same match, that is. Afghanistan have given themselves a great chance here. From nowhere, they've come back so strongly to be 229 for 9. And this fight back will keep them in good stead in that period where they take the field. So there'll be a little gap, team talk, a huddle, and I'm sure this is a great reference point for the skipper to lead them into action with the ball.
Yeah. With a single off the last ball, Mustafiz completes his 10 over, giving 11 in this last over. Afghanistan are 230 for 9, and Nangyal Kharote will keep the strike. Well, Afghanistan save the face for the last 6 deliveries. At one stage, it looked like maybe Afghanistan won't be able to get to 150. Then came 2 partnership. And then, on the back of quick wickets, Nangyal Kharote is still out there in the middle, who's batting so nicely now on 22 of 25. At one stage, he was finding it very difficult. Now, all the hopes for the Afghanistan fans are on Nangyal Kharote. Can he get another 10 runs from here? Yes, you talk about the 230 run target, 233 being the average on this Sharjah wicket. But then with another 5 deliveries, and they can be very crucial, can you get another 10 runs? Nangyal is going to get 2. Already talking in between to Fazal Faruqi. He's very far away. The presence of mind, the running between the wicket, but at the same time keeping an eye on where the ball is dropped. Some helicopter shot, not getting the elevation, but still getting enough of a distance to make sure that he runs too.
Turning out to be one priceless innings, 24 of 26.
Another one, wrists coming into play. He will run for 2. Fazal Faruqi is on the fighting end, and they run for it, and they take it. That is the pressure. You have to talk about some sloppiness by the Bangladesh. Once again, I believe they have shelled a chance.
Yes, Kharote there was willing to take the risk, pausing big time and then rushing back and then down in full length. Had they hit the stumps.
হ্যালো আসসালামু আলাইকুম বাংলাদেশি ভাই এবং প্রবাসী ভাইরা যে যেখানেই থাকুন না কেন আমাদের 9 উইকেট সাইডটি পৃথিবীর সব জায়গা থেকে খেলতে পারবেন এখানে আপনারা ক্রিকেটের ব্যাটিং ধরতে পারবেন এবং আপনারা এখানে ডিপোজিট এবং উইথড্র মাত্র 2 মিনিটে ক্লিয়ার পাবেন সুতরাং বিস্তারিত জানতে এবং বেট অ্যাকাউন্ট করতে আপনারা আমাদের স্ক্রিনে দেওয়া নাম্বার হোয়াটসঅ্যাপ নাম্বার এবং পিন কমেন্টে দেওয়া হোয়াটসঅ্যাপ নম্বরে যোগাযোগ করুন
Another helicopter shot, another 2 on the card. He's now, this time it's on Fazal Faruqi's end, and this might well be a run out. So finally, that presence of mind in the field coming into play, doing the job nicely, making sure that you throw it at the weak end. It has to be out. We'll just wait for the confirmation.
This time it's a much better option for a Bangladesh fielder really to go hard at the non-striker's end. But Afghanistan putting up a great fight. You expect this from Afghanistan team these days. 235 for the loss of 9. I think it'll be given as out again on the replay.
Yeah, now let's have a look at Fazal Faruqi. He's still holding his bat in at the non-striker end, waiting. And what are you waiting for? See, these are small things that can really bring that big change, and that is the reason why he's not even in the frame. Now, imagine if he had already started running, this will have been a comfortable 2. But for some other day, Afghanistan have taken 5 runs off this over, and they are all out for 235, meaning